Hello, everybody. It is me, Sacred G. Welcome back to another video. So, without further ado, let's get started with today's video. So, well, this is probably unexpected, but I recently picked up Oblivion Remaster, and I am pretty damn glad I did. Okay. Oblivion has been probably one of the most addictive games I have played in a very long time. So far that's the only thing I've been playing. And the funny thing is, my brother, who got me, Silent Hill 2, because it was on sale and, it was early Christmas, late birthday gift, which was very cool of him. I have been enjoying that as well. However, of course, me being or enjoying Bethesda's RPGs, I am finally able to enjoy another Bethesda game. And it's funny because I'm putting Oblivion as the only game I'm playing. And Silent Hill 2 can wait. And it's funny because Silent Hill 2 isn't like this huge open world game that takes hundreds of hours to get enjoyment out of. Or at least, for me at least, those games shouldn't take 100 hours or more than that, let alone an hour, to get enjoyment out of the game. It is such a surprise to me that I am putting Oblivion, and the only game I can think about playing when it comes to playing any games is Oblivion. Remaster says a lot. Says a lot. Now, am I saying Oblivion is the best, most masterpieceful game that has ever existed? Whether it's the remaster or the original? Absolutely not. I don't believe that, even for a game I enjoy this vehemently, is perfect. A few criticisms to give for the remaster in specific is the big bad cities feel fucking empty. To some extent, they don't. You'll see a lot of, NPCs come out and, conversate with each other. A lot of it's unimmersive, and sometimes NPCs just cut each other off in the middle of a conversation, just end the conversation. Just, Bethesda adjacent shit. But I will tell you, man, despite its flaws, it is a damn fun game. And I kind of want to talk about how I've been playing it. So I decided for my first playthrough to not touch the main story, to not interact with any of the main quests at all. I made a wood elf by the name of Elsa the Hunter, or Huntress, I believe is how I named her, the character. And so far what she's done is dropped off the amulet, mind you, hours after I've started playing, but she immediately went and did some hunting. And I just, for a game that came out in 2006, am quite amazed at the sheer amount of freedom that Oblivion does offer. And so far, all she's done in terms of quest relation is she's in the Fighters Guild, and that's about it, because I am role-playing, so that's the only guild she's joining, and the only guild she will join. And it's just astonishing to me because I've never played Oblivion before. I played it briefly, the original on PC, and just kind of like didn't play it again because I'm like, the game crashed. I had no desire to play it. It is now the game that's been on my mind for a long time. For a long time. I think the RPG elements for its time is fucking impressive. It's just a simple, choose a class, choose pretty much your combat style, which, the stars told me, because I'm, Uriel Septum, and I could read, a bit of you. And you can, choose your character and make custom classes, which I've done so far as the account of twice, and I think that is what's going to keep. I don't know if that was ever in the original, at least for being able to create a custom class, but that's going to keep me coming back. And I just, honestly, am just surprised, man, that this entire time no other game has crossed my mind to play besides Oblivion. I've already made 3 other characters, kind of evening it up, 2 women, 2 men. One of them's an Argonian knight who decided to take up fighting in the arena, which I find to be fucking fun as hell. A mage thief, a high elf woman who has a knack for stealing, which is why she was in jail to begin with, and join the Mages Guild as of right now. And my plan is to, once I kind of get to the last recommendation for the Mages Guild that this character has to do, is like join the Thieves Guild, as a little side hustle that the Mage Guild doesn't know anything about, which is so cool. I've already had her break into several houses and everything in between. And at first, and I had to roleplay this correctly, she likes wine, so she's been stealing a lot of cheap wine. So she had a bounty because, I stole a horse, or the character stole a horse at the stable by the Imperial City. I forget the name of it, but she stole a horse, and I think once a day or 2 passed, I don't think the guards cared very much unless you talk to them. They're like, oh, you're a criminal. You must either go to jail, pay, or try to kick our ass or kill us, pretty much. Just kind of similar, to Skyrim. And so the guild, for those of you that don't know, that have not played Oblivion, you cannot join the guilds that are obviously morally, good. I guess you could say that have morals. If you have a bounty, you cannot join the fighters and mage guilds that I know of. I don't know how the Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood would be, but it'd be pointless and dumb if you had to join the Dark Brotherhood and fucking Thieves Guild with a clean slate. That'd make no sense, but especially with the Thieves Guild. So that's the plan with her, and that hasn't happened yet, because I don't even know how. Don't spoil it. I'll figure it out. Probably ask Alexa or Google. And it's just been really fun. And I made a new character, actually, a Khajiit assassin. He's already had the conversation with the Dark Brotherhood guy. And joining the Dark Brotherhood in that is actually quite interesting and pretty evil. A little more evil than how you join the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim, because you have to kill that nasty old woman. Pretty much take a contract. Like, it makes more sense. but it's a little less morally dilemmic than, I would say, Oblivion, because you could kill any random NPC and you'll be interrupted in your sleep, and the guy comes. But other than that, and he gives you a quest to go kill somebody for an initiation run, essentially, and you go do the quest, and from what his own words, you pretty much are initiated in the Dark Brotherhood. And it's been a fucking journey. So you rank up to, in at least the mage, in pretty much all the guilds. At least for the Mages Guild is a little different, which is something I found pretty interesting, because all the recommendations, at least for the Mage Thief character, she had, like, all of those quests seem like different stories. And to me, I was impressed, because I was like, damn, man, that's like some level of writing. Some of them are really good, some of them are forgettable. Such as this one quest. I forget what city this was in, but the guy you talk to is not a Khajiit, but is a fucking Argonian. And he's... Oh no, that's not the quest. That's not the quest. Fuck, I forgot the name of this town. But you go up to this hotel, this inn. You talk to this you talk to this lady, and she's like, sleep, and we'll discuss this further in the morning, or go rent a room, purchase a room. And then she came up and talked to you, which is a little more complicated, or not complicated, but a little more interesting than just, this obvious person who was the mage that was, killing, traders, who ended up being a high elf in a blue dress. I don't know if her clothing changes, so it might have been different for some people, but yeah, she approached me before I went up to the room, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're definitely the person that we're looking for. I mean, when it comes to different short stories, I've noticed that writing doesn't tend to be in the strong suit for RPGs, because, writing's subjective as it is. Some people prefer it simple, some people prefer it complex, and some people prefer a little heart gut-wrenching. So you'll be, attracting all sorts of people, I guess, but for the most part, Oblivion has been fucking amazing. And it's funny that I'm forgetting certain quests, but as I play it more and get more accustomed to the world, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start memorizing shit like I do with Skyrim. Like, I already know one thing to not do, and I discovered this myself, is that you don't need a blade. I don't know what this sword's called to kill ghosts, to get ectoplasm, but you can use magic to kill ghosts, because ghosts are not harmed with normal weapons, so they're like damage resistant in that department. So if you use like flare, you should be able to take them out. Another criticism, I guess, that I do have is there's a lot of copy and pasted interiors. Some caves are fucking identical, but I mean, I'm not saying that's terrible. The game is so bad for having that, and it's just terrible, and it's, the copy and pasting. Bethesda pulled a Skyrim with, the Oblivion, or not a Skyrim. Bethesda pulled a Starfield with the Oblivion remaster. Not necessarily. Honestly, despite that, I even had a little thought to myself. I was like, man, do I like that? And then I thought on it, and I was like, yeah, this isn't so bad, man. Like, a lot of open world games have something similar, and I've noticed in open world RPGs, there's a lot of copy and pasted shit. I don't know if anyone's caught on to that. Skyrim had it. Fallout New Vegas had it. Fallout 4 had it. I'd argue Fallout 4 had at least at least something interesting going on. And also Oblivion does tend to surprise you too at the end of the day. Like, you'll run into some random crazy named NPC who just wants to fucking rip your guts out, which is something I actually did have happen with my assassin character, which is funny. I don't even think I stumbled upon that cave with the others. um but the thing I really love about the game so far that I've noticed is that you don't need to do fancy shit, to become a Thane, or like for the city, for like the people who are in charge of the city, in order to purchase property. Actually, the choice and consequence, man, is pretty damn solid too. Like, as I said before, you can't join a guild with a bounty. So, what I had that character do, I lost train of thought there, I apologize. She drank some wine, and I said, oh, she was that drunk, she went and paid her bounty, because she really wanted to join the Mages Guild. And I thought that, I don't know why, but I just fucking immersed myself heavily when I did that. I thought, I was like, okay, that's a reasonable excuse. Or at least a reasonable way for her to get rid of the bounty. And Oblivion's just fucking surprised me. Like, there was a quest I was doing actually with Elsa the Huntress for the Fighters Guild, asking where some thieves were. Bro, I couldn't even ask any NPCs about the thief because, we're not friends, we're not close enough. I can't ask you that. Those words should be shared with friends, because her persuasion speechmanship or speechcraft skill was fucking shit. She couldn't convince anybody worth a fuck, so the whole time I had to go and ask a Fighters Guild person about it, which honestly is fucking cool. The fact that, you don't have to, rely on asking the civilians, and the fact that it was because of a low speechcraft skill, I couldn't even have done it at all. It's pretty rad, and you can like persuade NPCs to like you, and I think you get discounts and all that crap, so you could literally play as like a womanizer or a malenizer, or a manonizer who, charms and persuades the men or the man or woman, to give them discounts, which I find fucking cool, because I still am trying to learn that fucking minigame, but it'll come. It'll come, it takes time, especially with games with different systems. And honestly, it's probably been the best game I've played that I was actually looking forward to playing. Because I was watching videos, because this is what I do. I don't watch reviews anymore. I watch videos on, like, elements of games, and sometimes the gameplay. I'm like, okay, once I get the money, I can play this. I'll get it. And that's pretty much what I came to. So I'm definitely getting this. And I did. I was so excited. And I haven't put it down. I know the game is flawed on top of that. And I don't fucking care. It's fun. It's fun. Surprisingly, it's not perfect. And that kind of brings me to another thing I kind of want to quickly talk about, then we'll wrap this up. But yeah, I don't recommend games. Play this for yourself. Buy it for yourself if you want. I personally fucking love it. I think it's fun. The fact that you don't have to holster your weapons or select magic as a different weapon is pretty cool. So you could be a spell archer if you wanted to. A little more easy. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do that in Skyrim, but so far from what I'm playing, it's fucking bomb, dude. Still haven't touched the main story. Had about 50-ish hours put in. Definitely going to be more, because it's earned it, in my opinion. But yeah, if you played Oblivion Remaster, actually, I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are. So let's get into what I wanted to talk about, you know, the little thing. And of course, there's discourse, as always. Does that mean Oblivion is a better RPG than Skyrim? Fuck no. As a matter of fact, they are both equally the same. Yes, not in terms of mechanics, but I'm talking like RPG wise. Oblivion has more of the civilian side, like, literal nobody who is chosen on a whim by the Emperor. Your fate's decided by you. Skyrim, you're the Dragonborn. Whether it's really up to you if you want to fulfill the destiny or not. And personally, I think that Oblivion has more of the character sheet RPG style. Bethesda changed it in Skyrim. I wouldn't necessarily say dumbed down, because you fucking dude, dumbing down would mean like the game would have to be so linear, and the build material, the level or the amount of builds you'd have would also be reduced, like severely, like 1 to 2, maybe 4 classes or builds you could choose from. That'd be horrible. But just because a game, and not just Oblivion, just because a game has, stat sheets, attributes, does not fucking mean it's an RPG, man. As a matter of fact, I've learned that so far Bethesda's sequels to their games need to stand out. So that means either removing some things and then maybe adding some things back later but improved, so the sequel could feel different. And also it fits with the land and the theme they have for the game. And just because Bethesda removed the starting stats, like attributes and all that shit, don't fucking mean, dude, that they got rid of it completely. As a matter of fact, standing stones are literally in Skyrim, which are indeed the form of attributes. And the perk system is pretty much the numbers you put into a stat to make that stat better. And instead of you unlocking perks, because the Oblivion Remaster has it where, you level up a skill, you unlock perks automatically. You increase your skill in Skyrim and then invest in the skill to make it better if that's what you want to do. And I don't think that's dumbed down. I think, honestly, the people who say that dumb their roleplay experience with Skyrim down. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. And again, same argument applies. I've heard people say Morrowind's a better RPG than Oblivion, and Oblivion's the start of, the dumbing down. And it's like, well, bro, Morrowind also probably had some people complaining, which it did. I mean, people did not like the dice roll combat. And on top of other things, because I haven't played Morrowind, so I don't get much into the discourse, but the same rule applies. Morrowind's different than Oblivion, and Oblivion's different than Skyrim. And I just think saying one game is better than another is dumb. And if there will be which I guarantee you, there will be an Oblivion remaster, I'm definitely hopping on that as well. Because I've so far enjoyed the Elder Scrolls games that I've played so far, and it's only 2 of them, which is Oblivion and Skyrim. And I love them both the fucking same. I'm probably going to invest more time, or the same amount of time, in Oblivion. Do what I can with the guilds. Probably jump into Shivering Isles. I don't know. The fact that I can literally do that and not worry about the main story is fucking gold, man. At least in my opinion. Anywho, that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope you've enjoyed me rambling about Oblivion because I wanted to talk about it. Bro, this is the game I've liked talking about the other games. Like, I love Fallout 4, I love Skyrim, I love Starfield. And I just wanted to talk about Oblivion, man. Like, dude, this game dropped unexpectedly. No news about it whatsoever, and then I believe it was April of this year. 7 months ago at the very least, I believe that was April. Oblivion fucking drops, and it's like, damn. You know? Well, anywho, that's me. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace the fuck out. Thanks for watching and or listening. I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you think of Oblivion if you played it down in the comments below. So see you in the next motherfucking video.